I'm back. Pikachu is not a qualified therapist yet. He's still in training. I used to build soup in bed. That's actually tragic. That sucks. Thank you, everybody. Are you ready to play some vamp stuff? It still sounds quiet to me right now, but let's load in and see if it is louder, actually. Are you ready? Let's go. Vampire Therapist is a comedy game about the immortal undead processing historical yet personal traumas. References to historical violence and oppression may be upsetting to some. This game is developed in consultations with licensed therapists, but should not be considered a substitute for therapy unless you're a vampire. Okay.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man.
Is that too loud?
Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real I got lucky, though.
And so soon.
Mortals who saw beyond my fangs. He taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire.
Walden.
And I found what I realized was it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. But them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did. But they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos. Supposed to be 3. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't
I think
have
it
to
is
be.
message speed.
And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
I'll fix it. But that was really funny. Like, there's a Dracula book. I didn't realize there was a cowboy vampires. Wait, can I...
Well, I think this is
Wait.
the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Strauss. But that's okay. Alright. Look at this emo club slash therapist office.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here. Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
You're also a vampire.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Small Bat Street. Oh my god. I've talked about this before, I think. There's the movie Hunger with David Bowie in it and Susan Sarandon and Catherine Deneuve. And this is basically the beginning of the movie David Bowie and Catherine Deneuve. This is basically their outfit. Oh shit. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club? Ask about the club.
Well, what's so special about this club?
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
Yeah, I bet.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever.
Oh, I love
You are
that.
free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
And I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
Shh, Maxie, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
What's the dress code?
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is total sexy, but
total
you will get a bit
sexy.
sweaty.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Oh my god.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
I'm sure you
I'm
do.
hot. Stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Maxi, liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more.
Oh my lordy. I'm here to party.
I can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
I love those kinds of parties. You're finished with the order. Nice. Well done. Take a nap. See you later, Box Cake. Dude, this is so funny. We get all sexy.
Oh, we're them kind of vampires.
Sexy vampires. Is there any other kind?
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Same reaction.
Although we have to get past the bouncer first.
What is
If
this?
we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
What is this red glow?
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think.
What?
Well, let's see. One
Hot
thing
branding?
I noticed I called hot branding.
What?
That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's High Noon Mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown.
Is this a mystery game? It is a twisted game. Oh man. We treat it okay.
And there's Saloon Thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine. I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept
Okay.
all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there. I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though.
Yeah, me too.
Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Okay, private property. Do not read. Reward if found. Cowboy bloodsucker at vmail.com. Just like spell it out for anybody who's ever met you. Yeah, Vmail. Oh my god. I found this old notebook and figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figure it'll help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate it into sections so I can jump to them right quick. That way when I need to get to a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop over to that section. Easy as falling off a horse, and falling off a horse is real easy. The funny ways we think. I realize we vampires can think in funny ways sometimes. Like reality's right in front of us and we just can't see it. Heck, pretty sure it's all humans who do that, not just vampires. We do think funny thinking in a particular way, so I figured I'd write them down so I don't forget them. I'll include examples so I remember how they work. High Noon Mind. Sometimes things can seem black and white. Win or lose, famine or feast, live or die. Like everything's a big showdown. It can feel like we've got only two options. Win of the day or ending up with a stake in the heart. That's High Noon Mind. It's thinking in between. It's thinking in extremes and ignoring all the in between. We stress ourselves out when the stakes are high. Examples: if I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I'd better just not show up. The fate of the Wild West is hanging on this skin fight. My butt is gonna break, homies. Alright, a lot of us bloodsuckers have a habit of either being overconfident and thinking we can handle anything, or being completely helpless. Thing is, usually neither is true. We have more power than we think we do in our dark times, and less power when we think we're untouchable. That's a saloon thinking either way. The real answers are in the middle. Examples: it's my fault my buddy got shot. I knew that sheriff was trigger happy. If a mortal discovers her secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. I can't do international travel with my coffin. I'm stuck in the good old USA forever. Okay, hot branding. We humans, what a name. We humans sometimes call ourselves awful names. It's like burning ourselves with a big old branding iron. Every time we look at ourselves, all we gotta see is them names. Hot branding is just calling ourselves names that don't help us any. Examples: I missed that shot. Guess I ain't no gunslinger. If you can't tame that wild horse, you ain't a real cowboy. That fella doesn't like wearing leather. He ain't a real vampire. Oh no. Client notes. When I start getting therapy clients. Oh, I am the therapist. I thought I was going to a therapist. I'll put my notes about them here. I'll update after every session. I figure I can see how they're doing over time. That is, if Andromachus decides I'm ready for this whole therapist business. Crossing my fingies. All right. It's been about a week since I boarded the Monster of the Seas cruise ship, and I gotta say, I feel finer than frog hair. People here are eating and screwing like there's no tomorrow, on account of the fact that we're in the middle of the ocean. I've drank from more necks in the last week than I can count. And since the ship's open all night, I rode a water slide for the first time in my life. People were laughing at me for saying yeehaw, but what else do you say to an experience like a water slide? All right, landed in Rotterdam the other day, in Amsterdam now, arranging transportation for my coffin. Did some vampire sightseeing. Apparently this place has been accepting of heathens like us for a long time. I went to a vampire coffee shop. They funnel in the stoners from upstairs to a secret club, and everyone has themselves a grand old time. Oh my god, a coffee shop is just like bringing stoner victims upstairs and then you drink from the victims. Gave me the munchies, something fierce. I could go from some blood chips. Extra sodium if you please. Holy shit. Alright. Writing from Berlin today. I head to Leipzig tomorrow night, but figured I should check things out here. They got a club here where people are up all night doing all kinds of kinky stuff. I'm pushing a quarter of a millennium in years, but these folk could give me some lessons, and did. You got a point with that yeehaw. I know, it's a water slide. Met some fine folk too. Apparently they've got a nice art scene here. There's even local funding for video game development. Woo! Ain't this some kind of world? I can't believe people are still playing Star Invaders and whatnot. I like it here. I don't even have to speak German. Ain't nothing more. Alright, so I'm not fully sure what these are gonna do for me. What happens?
Wait a second. She's acting like this is all or nothing. Do or die. What do you call that again?
High noon.
Maybe I ought to check my journal.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club. Because we are now meeting you.
Time to kiss.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend.
Oh!
You're the man to talk to around these parts.
This is like... Oh, shit. He's got abs like a turkey, you know what I'm saying?
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Have fun, mate.
Oh, nice.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
It's very easy.
Cowboy, what about us?
Bring them joy, dash their hopes. Yeah, they got that turkey build. Dang. We're bringing them with us.
Sure, they're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Nice.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Yeah. Into the club. Oh!
Dang, awful loud in here.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Time to dance.
Well, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Darnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
Oh my god.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, look at
Ooh,
you. A lot of
mama.
80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
Okay.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
Sure,
I
why?
never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Hey, mama.
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Crimson.
For saying walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
No, you're hot,
I see
Brandon.
someone with style and confidence, not
Ooh.
just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Yeah,
Don't you go
girl.
worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are.
Oh, nice.
Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
I'm looking for that blood, that sweet, sweet
Well, thank
blood.
you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey.
They were not vampires, they were just goths.
So all these people are mortals?
Oh.
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood?
Ah!
They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
This is just like the movie Hunger. The first scene in that movie is like David Bowie and Catherine Deneuve, and they're dressed like goths, and then they walk into a goth club, and then they seduce goths into the bathroom and then feed on them. It's wild. Anyway, go watch that movie.
He's the
It's
only
campy and
real
good.
vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert?
Bert!
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
The bouncer? Wait, who's watching the door now that you're over here? They're wearing crosses. Yeah, they just goths.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
That's all he says.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
It's me, by the way. It's me, the bouncer. Yeah, have fun, mate. That's me. Hello?
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Wait, I don't know why he's a cowboy. It's very wild. That's one buff vamp turkey built Bert.
Yes,
they call him on the street.
I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our king.
I know you can't see him yet, but I can. But when he comes... hold on. Will this do anything? Do you see...
The question
Do you
is,
see him?
are you first able to help yourself?
Oh no!
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Look at those eyes.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Okay, I can go up here now that you can see him. It's really
Dang,
important.
you scared the heck out of me.
Look at the biggest zaddy of them all so far.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down.
Hello, Daddy.
What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
His torso is massive.
Afraid there ain't
His
much in the
legs
way of
slender.
intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It
Those
sounds as though you
fangs.
have
Look at
been
those
handling your own
fangs.
life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
While he was reading Walden.
Oh yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I could try, though. See, We tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive.
Okay.
Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
I love that he's a little salt and peppery. He's got his scar on his chin. He's got look at that chest hair. This guy is rugged.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive who's he what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Explain high
Well,
high
I
noon
noticed how we
nine.
stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marky Aurelius.
Marky.
He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
Marky Aurelius.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
But they're like on good terms, so he's just Marky to him.
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
Oh. Oh, is that right? Okay. Ah, love
You mean you
that.
and the emperor were...
Oh, you better believe it.
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
What? So you meet somebody and you're just like, Jesus Christ. Mark Aurelius. I heart men.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Wait, why Nosferatu? Why? Nosferatu thinking. Why?
Nosferatu thinking.
It means you are thinking in black and white.
Okay, that's actually funny.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the depth of the distortion. One is
Stop
not
this
flat,
game.
weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful.
That's so funny.
Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
But yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking. I
Okay.
will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Okay.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
That's it.
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
No, I'm
No,
wrong.
Samuel.
No.
In this case, I am not arguing with reality.
Oh.
If we do not drink blood, we die.
Oh.
This is a fact of being a vampire. Let us continue.
All right.
Death eventually comes for us all.
Yeah.
Mortals will always fear our kind. Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking?
Is
if
it-
I do not drink blood, I will surely die. Death eventually comes for us all.
Not if you're a vampire.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
Yeah, sure, got it.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not?
Keep smiling at me like that, bruh.
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Saloon
I
thinking.
realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time.
Okay.
It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
Okay.
A fascinating observation, Samuel.
What are you gonna call
Your saloon
this?
thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush.
True.
What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Okay.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
You know, this is actually this is a funny, sexy game, but this stuff actually is like legit. This stuff makes sense to me.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. Maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality.
Yeah, these are like real
Whatever that
things that
reality may
happen on a day-to-day to some people, to most people at some point.
Of
But
course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
if it's always, then that's it, isn't
Oh,
it?
you're testing
Yeah.
me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful. But the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos.
Bye, Sprinkle. Have fun in therapy. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, Sprinkle. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, I did prove my mental health. It's
Of course,
true.
as you
This shit's
expertly
real.
pointed out with your analogy
But
about the man
gamified.
at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative.
Totally,
Listen to
totally.
my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Okay.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a
Jesus.
cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
I mean, little I can do about it?
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies.
That's
With
wrong.
all eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
Well, I guess that's
I
no.
applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel. But some things we must be prepared to accept.
Oh,
and the death of
God.
the sun is one of them. But let us continue.
Oh, that's dark.
My kitty cat died.
Ah!
I shall be lonely forever.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
about your sweet kitty, but you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Oh my gosh, tell me more about all the folks that you've dated.
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent.
Oh.
But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
Oh my god, that's very intense.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Hot branding.
See,
what a good
I
name,
used
though.
to
You're
be
gonna
in
make me
a gang.
change it.
They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
Okay.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard. That's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
I get you.
Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
I don't know, I like hot branding.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill.
Oh man, that's so
For
real.
millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring this back to the best movie of all time, Sister Act 2. I think also maybe Sister Act 1, but definitely Sister Act 2. Best movie of all time. And there's a scene where she's walking around with Lauryn Hill, and Lauryn Hill's just like, I'm never gonna be nothing. And then Whoopi's like, girl, if you wake up and you think all you want to do is sing, you're a singer. Period. And that's what makes me think of that. You know what I'm saying.
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling.
Bring
in
back
my
the
next two
yeehaw.
statements. I am so old, I am ancient. Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
Get the fuck out of here, Dad.
How shall I describe myself? Ah, yes, I am a mass murderer.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Yeah, look, you're more than a murderer. You're more than a mass murderer vampire.
Excellent, Samuel.
You're
are
also a
correct.
vampire.
Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer. for
Mere
most of my
murderer!
existence, because that is how I labeled myself.
I was a mere murderer.
Yeah, I did
No
the
big
same
deal.
thing. Sam Walls, murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Oh my lord.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me.
Oh,
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
no, that's it.
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Labeling.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves.
Cute.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
I'm sorry, what?
I ain't never heard that one
What?
before, but I like
What?
it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking.
I love the name Nosferatu thinking. That's
I
so
will give
good.
you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify.
All
I
right.
will begin. If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
What? I don't remember what these
That ain't
were.
right. He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey.
Oh, okay.
If I invite over my vampire
Control
There's
fallacy.
a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained.
Yeah, what's that
Very good,
about?
Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's
Ew.
bane.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
Damn,
There's gotta be Nosferatu
Nosferatu.
thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss.
Whoa,
3,000
really?
years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway.
Oh my god, if you have a high yield savings for 3,000 years, you are a bajillionaire squillionaire.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything.
Uh-huh.
I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself.
Bah!
Some
No, I'm
clients
kidding, I'm
have a
kidding.
commitment to your own
Okay.
mental health.
You're right.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy.
Can you
I'm
be a
feeling pretty
therapist
good
if you
about
don't
myself these
acknowledge
days.
that everyone could use therapy? Hello?
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them.
Oh my
You
god.
have walked alone for too long.
Are you allowed to
Samuel.
kiss your therapist,
Allow
though?
me to share my
I
experience.
feel like
with
no.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance. Drink your
Dance!
fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
Call me lover.
All right then, Andromachos.
Oh, honey.
Andromachos.
Hey, Andromachos.
Just call me Andy.
Andy!
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow. Then.
Andy. Dance, partner, dance. It's time. Dance together. Think about it. Oh my god, this scared me.
Mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor.
Why not?
Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
Wait, what did we learn here? We all make cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortion types 8 weapons to beat ourselves up with. They're just ways to categorize our thoughts. We can exhibit more than one distortion at the same time, and some are even subcategories of others. Identifying cognitive distortions is just one tool in therapist's toolbox. Empathy and compassion are some of the best tools we got. That's true. What else? Writing from Berlin. Okay.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
That was one dapper Dan.
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good
Nice.
to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work.
Oh, everyone calls
Seems
him
you
Andy.
vampires have
It's
a lot
not
of
my
problems to
own
fix.
name.
Name's Crimson, by the way.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Is he kissing everybody? What?
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar. Found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what happened? Wow, is that all it takes to find a lover? Who needs apps when you could just do it like this? Guy redeeming hydrate. I am gonna hydrate, but you all know why. You all actually know. That is wild.
Dang. Must have been inside.
Highly believable backstory, yeah. She does look like a rock climber. Look how buff she is.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain.
Oh!
We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula.
Yeah, you
But
will.
what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Are you monogamous? I'm just wondering for reasons.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard,
Oh,
it's the
something fresh
sexy
to
old
drink.
guy again.
It's a fresh to drink.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
They are so thirsty, but they're about to be that hot drink.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
Why not both? Why not both?
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Just both. They're not your type. I would never say that. Tell them alcohol is bad for them. No. Tell them you don't have the money. Maybe. Tell them they can support themselves. No, it's too papa. I'm broke.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have us the sexy old men.
It's never a thing I've thought before.
All right, I'll buy it. Which of them old men are sexy?
But please.
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
What the hell?
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
They're all the worst.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
I have never disagreed harder. I'm dying.
I get it. You like older men.
Oh my lord. I don't.
ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Are you making a joke? We're at a bar.
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
Damn.
You know, I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two.
I want to say yes. Why are these my only choices?
I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Mein Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
Goths always do.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
Oh my god. Just kiss them! Isn't however thirsty for those presidents.
Please,
Yikes.
we're here to party. But get a laser printer.
Oh.
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood.
Man, I don't want to say this.
I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun with you.
Say
You kids are too
yes.
much. Well, these kids just ain't gonna leave me alone.
Say yes. Buy them a drink. Hey!
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Oh.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
3 drinks? That seems dangerous.
Call it a drink exchange.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to
All right.
create a safe environment here. Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
What did you just say? What did you just say? What?
You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
Yeah, no, I gathered that. I'm sorry, the what?
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
Okay.
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir.
Ein
I'm thinking
Vampir.
We're all getting lucky then.
Oh
My neck
boy.
scrubs with anticipation.
Oh boy.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
Lord Almighty.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
You're
Yeah,
right.
well, you got me pegged.
Oh no.
Is that what we are doing now?
Right?
Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Jesus, they are down for literally
I
anything.
don't really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Yeah, you are.
Your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
What is happening?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
What is happening?
Well, step right on up.
Back to the kink room. I wasn't expecting that to happen today, but here we are. Oh my god, do I have to aim for his vein?
Dang it, quit moving.
I am not moving, mein Liebling. Try once more. Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
How am I supposed to do this with your freaking... Ah!
Oh, Reinhard. The hot old vampire wore me out.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Reinhard, Liebe, ich bin zu müde, um sexy zu sein.
Sexy.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, sure thing, fella. You can
He
help
has
me with my
no
new
idea
laser
what he
printer.
was talking about. He has no idea. I'm going directly into arteries, right?
Now
What
that
could
I've
go
had something
wrong?
to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Wait a
Okay.
moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You
My
must be
guest
well rested
coffin?
for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
A good day's sleep. That's cute.
Well, dang.
What?
This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
My coffin has a TV in it. Shut up.
Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
This is the OG Dracula movie. I've seen them all, and you know I have. Oh, Nosferatu! It's Nosferatu because it's public domain now. It's from the like 1910s or some shit. Oh, that's so
Sure, I should
funny.
stay up watching movies though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all
1920s?
this.
I don't know. That's cool. That's funny. I clicked. Oh! I'm
Samuel,
awake.
Good evening. I hope you slept well.
Representation matters. Make more vampire movies. Hello. She said she's too tired for sexy
Like the
time.
dead, as they say.
I was thinking that too. I was like, if your blood got drained, would you be able to do that? No, right? Right? Without the blood in your system? I'm just saying.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night.
Damn.
Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps
Oh
I
my
should
God.
be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Yeah, Samuel.
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks.
Now I want a
What
coffin.
brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Edward Cullen mentioned.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Well, I guess
Control.
that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first emailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed.
Ah, are you
It
labeling?
all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit. Nasty son of a bitch.
Labeling.
Dumbest thing.
Andy is a therapist. He's the therapist of the therapist.
Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children.
Jesus.
Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang.
Uh-oh.
I went into hiding and found a
Our
strange
teacher
group
and our
of folks out
therapist,
in the
and maybe
country.
our lover one
They
day, I
knew
don't
was an
know.
outlaw right away, but They didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me.
Damn.
They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
That's very specific.
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think. I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country.
90 years?
I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements
Oh.
are another cognitive distortion.
Oh, I have a new
something
thing.
created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your
Yeah.
should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure.
Bro, should statements are so real. I think about them all the time. And there was a time, or whenever I'm like feeling really down, I think my friends call me out when I say should. You shouldn't say
And
should.
what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds.
It's
We
an ethical.
procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
It's unethical for a therapist like Annie to get thirsty. I know, which means we might not be lovers. But I don't know. He's been like kissing everybody, so I guess I don't know what
You
their
got that
boundaries
right.
are with this
Why
guy.
do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do. But
Yeah,
nature
must and should are
herself
different.
Tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion.
Okay.
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Oh.
I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Yeah, you should do that.
I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
Yeah.
Did you miss my should statement? Let's try again. I should
Okay.
go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
That's the one.
That's not
No one
it.
should go to a dentist. Damn butchers.
Oh my
That is not
god.
true.
If bad
We have
ethics,
to
why
go to the dentist.
daddy?
Our teeth are important to us. How long has it been since you've seen the dentist, Samuel?
Not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
That's because okay, dentists are different now. I don't know if you know
We'll
that.
talk about that in another session. Let's try again. I should drink blood today. I
Mm-hmm.
should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Probably this one.
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well
Yeah.
spent.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself.
You know what? He gives me the energy of Aladdin's dad. I rewatched that movie with my friends recently because everyone knows I have a crush on Aladdin's dad from the third Aladdin movie. I love him so much. He's voiced by John Rhys Davies, who's also Gimli. So it's that voice on a man who looks like this, and it's unbelievable. And I watched that movie again recently, and he's still hot. And you know what? He gives that vibe. This guy. It's the hair, but it's also his like husky voice, and I don't know.
I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
I've only been in Europe for a couple of days.
Oh.
I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
I asked if they were monogamous, and he's telling me right now they're
She
not.
does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner.
Oh my god.
Samuel, even if it beats no longer.
Oh my
you have a
god.
good heart. I think he will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing, spent the next 90 walking in the woods.
I totally do that.
I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Oh shit!
I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
I see. You've met John Rhys Davies? Oh, he would be incredible. I believe you.
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion.
Another
What
one?
psychologists call disqualifying the positive. I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
Okay.
I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive.
Brag. No, humble brag.
Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
Probably that.
That's the one.
No?
Of course you done plenty of good stuff, too.
I didn't hear the rest of the options, to
But
be
I
fair.
wasn't talking about the positive things I have done, Sam. I have
Okay,
defiled
okay.
the innocent. I
Whoa.
have killed countless people.
Jesus.
What I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
That's the one.
Oof.
You're literally disqualifying the
Vampires.
positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
Nah, what
I
can
will,
go
of course, be
wrong?
with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples.
Okay.
Would that be helpful to you?
No, I'm ready.
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
How much is a liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I
Yes.
shall not return until nearly morning.
Ooh, are you gonna smoochie?
Yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
That's funny. Did I click? I did.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Okay, I have a whole
What,
I have a
already?
whole
Look,
session.
Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift.
Okay. Thanks.
All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Same.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
Oh, thanks.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Disqualifying your positive.
Dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically. Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Whoa.
You ain't got no first name?
Drain. What a name for a vampire. He looks angry. He looks upset. Dr. Drain is a class. Wait, can I read it? Is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries.
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles
Nosferatu,
seem to become more abstract
Dracula.
after a certain age.
So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed, you catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive.
Jesus.
I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
What?
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
He's taking a nap in the middle of the night. Oh, bye!
Satan bless it all, I hate flying.
Oh boy, this guy looks like if he was in the movie Atlantis, the Disney Atlantis movie, but he was upset. Or am I thinking? No, that is who I'm thinking of, right? I thought about Treasure Planet for a second too, but I'm thinking the Atlantis guy. If he was upset at a vampire. Right? I can't remember what happens in that movie, but I remember what everyone looks like. You saw it in theaters? Oh my god. Dang. Yeah, Atlantis. Because he has the turtleneck and everything.
Hey there.
Oh, he's getting emo.
God's blood, what on earth are you?
A vampire.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
I guess that's true.
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew them.
Oh my god, this guy.
Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Andy.
Do I have to? Can I not figure
Are
it
you
out?
all right, Sam?
What the Look who showed up as a ghost,
You gave me this
as
fella
a
my first
hologram. I have a hologram in the room.
He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
Milo Thatch, that is his name.
How am I supposed to
A
help him when
washed
he
up
already sees me as the
Milo.
bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
Sounds like he wants to complain, to be
I
honest.
think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
Great.
So, what? I just let him complain?
Yeah,
Of
actually.
course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Let me go
Well-
back. Let me go back here.
Are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
Oh, this poor guy. It's rough.
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
Oh my god.
A creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey. I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform.
Oh my god.
All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway.
Oh my god.
You all right there, pal?
Can your therapist just be like, you alright, buddy?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine.
Jesus.
I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here?
I did not. Is it in here? Oh, thank God. He became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Oh, classic Scarface. Don't get high on your own supply, my friend. That's rule number 1. Well, it's rule number 3. It's rule number 3 after, or, you know, don't talk about Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. But then, don't. Then there's that one. Okay, suggestion. Detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits. Okay. He has an addiction.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it?
No. Certainly the top 5 of rules, yeah.
Well, what's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother me.
What a dig at a president.
Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime. Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips?
Oh, honey.
Let me think.
Suggest a milder addiction. Something tasty. Suggest a hug. There are no easy solutions.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Partner, but not with a T. And I know how you English love your tea. Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone.
Oh my
I
god.
appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction
Okay.
thing. Tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of
Drugs.
plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals. You're losing me. Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do.
I'm sorry, what?
I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Oh, I see.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to. Pathetic,
Oh,
isn't
I
it?
see.
I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace. Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with the synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre. Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem.
Oh, blood! Too much science. Yeah, I don't understand
Perhaps
this
I must
fake
face
science.
facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
No! No, that's not true.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
Is it control?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure. I am a realist, that's all. Look,
That's what they all say.
100 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Oh, is it Nosferatu thinking?
Our doctor friend is using belittling language.
Oh.
What kind of distortion does that indicate?
All of them. Disqualifying the positive.
Look at me. I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set. Perhaps. But if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little. But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years.
See, you're making progress,
You
bud.
still got more
Just
knowledge
slow
about blood
burn.
than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
What? How's that not
Who
this?
told Dr. Drain that he needed to do so much?
I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well... Who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work. And what
You
happens
do.
if you don't? Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality. Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
Is that control?
So it's
Thank
all
you.
your fault.
Thank you.
You haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood. It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. Sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I'm a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding. And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
I'm not a wizard. I'm a vampire. Okay, let's be realistic here.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance. That's a pretty dark
Okay.
read on things.
Whew.
You know, lots of folks get over their addictions. Yes, but not me.
Not yet.
I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a lot of life and opportunity left in you. If you can call this life. Now,
Unlife.
hold on
Sorry.
there. That's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white. It's got its shades of gray too, you know. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
I wouldn't call anything dramatic. It's still how you
Yes, I'm
feel.
aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
I did call him buddy and compadre. Hi, Krendar. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. How was your stream? We're playing Vampire Therapist. How's it going? What were you all doing on stream? Jane looks like Daniel Jackson SG-1, but more arrogant. Oh, he looks like a lot of characters, but more arrogant. Is he a therapist for vampires, or is he the vampire? Both! He is both. You really can't have it
That ain't
all.
my department. But I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Oh, my mouse jumped.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are.
Jesus.
But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug. Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it?
Hey, Trueheart, thank you for the 39-month resub. Thank you very much. Welcome back. How's it going? The answer is yes. The cowboy is the cowboy is a vampire, but he's from the cowboy era, so he still looks like a cowboy. But he's a vamp. He's also a vamp. They're both vamps, but he's the vamp therapist. And sometimes he gets therapy from the Dracula-looking vampire, because even therapists need therapists. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not certain. I don't remember what happened.
This is our
after I
client.
take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive.
Whoa.
Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
Oh, you're taking upper blood.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
What?
Yes. It's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
Wait, that means you have all the time in the world. Oh my god.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Okay. I'm gonna say Control, but I'm gonna be honest. The Control is the only one of these that I keep not really understanding, because I keep confusing it with Nosferatu thinking. I feel like they're similar but not quite the same. So it
Depression
confuses
is the
me.
only sensible reaction. He makes the goths downstairs seem almost joyous in their perspectives, doesn't he?
So it's
Okay,
this
such
one
a-
then.
come on
I keep
now,
getting
it's
them
a
mixed
big
up.
world out there, and different things are depressing to different people.
Yeah, it does not help. Yeah, turns out.
Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
I'm even more depressed. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Labeling?
Now, why'd you say
That.
coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am?
No, buddy.
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer. Moaning, whinging, bellyaching.
Bellyaching.
Just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
Bro.
So you're telling me you feel good when you wake up, and then you call yourself an ignoramus? Before you even
he
get
has
a
so
chance
much to work
reflect on
through.
feeling good, you're insulting yourself. That's what I like to call disqualifying the positive. I'm simply stating facts. Stating facts shouldn't impede an argument. What good is that fact doing anyone? It's about as useful as an empty holster. Lest I somehow forget that you were a cowboy. About this drug, though. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say
You're
this,
doing great,
amigo.
kid.
You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need, and it makes you feel good. What's the problem?
Yeah, take your antidepressants, bro. It's okay.
First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Doesn't
But
everything?
what kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Oh, this is a different thing. Wait, you should have led with that. You should have told me that sooner. Hold
Once I
on.
even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
Oh, this is different. It's not.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time.
No, this is. Wait, no, it's not that simple, buddy. It's not. You can't just be like, yeah, keep blacking out. No, you can't encourage that.
That is not my idea of a good time.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Jesus, you're getting so laid, though.
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things. Well, I should be better at it. You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be
As me
doing.
in college.
You, compadre, are shooting all over yourself. Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults.
Stop.
Being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know.
Society.
It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years. It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead, man. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
Turkey abs. The turkey abs keep coming back, y'all.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind.
That's therapy sometimes.
You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well.
Damn.
I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, sir.
Whoa, 1 session a month. Okay.
Masterfully done, Sam.
Sir!
I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster
Can you
to a
sit forward so we
gunslinger's
can
hip.
see your face better?
It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin. Next week you shall see a new client.
I only see one
I
client a
think it will
week?
be an interesting challenge.
Damn!
I bid you good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
Time to go suck on a person. Sorry. That was too intense, wasn't it? Oh.
That's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
New therapist needs to take it easy. You're right. One a week until you get the swing of
Well,
things.
listen,
I see.
Yosemite Sam.
Ah!
How you doing tonight, partner?
Better already, hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, go downstairs and have someone to drink. Yeah, for real.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Hello, Crimson. I know.
Oh, yeah?
I know.
How do you think it went?
It's great.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort
such a
these
dork.
guys out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
Yeah, for centuries, in fact.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light.
What?
Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Thanks.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Are you really gonna ask me? No! Don't fall for the trap.
I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway. I'm 50 years young.
Shut the fuck up. You are not 50 years old. What? Oh, real mama. Oh my
Tied around that age
god.
and I look like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too. Just
Oh.
turning into one of you.
Oh.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
Oh, shut up. What?
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
But you still drinking blood as a person?
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night. Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood.
Oh, donation.
Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
What a personal question.
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
Oh
I
my.
ain't sure I understand.
Oh my.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Oh my god. Oh, did I click? Okay, I did.
There he is.
Papa!
Protege.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
No,
all right,
I get it.
I guess I've been muddling through okay.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight.
This is a long ass demo.
Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult. Here, look at her intake form.
Isabella D'Este.
Okay.
She's
Ooh,
got
she's
some
a
funny tasting
queen.
hats.
She's from the Renaissance.
I think you should get along quite well then.
I walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in
Cool.
Europe.
That's
She
cool.
fraternized with popes and kings.
Popes!
She also
Full
wielded
circle.
great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
Let's read her story. Okay. Isabella, a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background, but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestion, be exceedingly polite.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone. But I hear the beating of elegant wings.
Oh,
Please,
she's
Samuel.
flying in.
Oh, and do be polite.
She's flying in. Oh, she here.
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
Who, me? Are you gonna try that I just want to be single demo? What's that?
Sam Walls at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
Ah. Senora, 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 Senora.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, young man?
Huh? What are you talking about, lady?
No, be nice, be nice.
Senora. Say it.
Signora.
Senora.
Senora?
Nice.
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is it?
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then.
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Oh no, she hates that he talks like this.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
Dang.
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
Thank you.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Ooh. Is Hollywood glamour a trap? Because she's really into art, right? So it maybe isn't the like surface level stuff. I'm gonna say over movies.
Well, not many of our kind are movie buffs. What are some of your
Because movies
favorite
are
films?
art. Sometimes.
I would hesitate to say favorite, but there are some films that are more acceptable than others.
Oh, it's the Ace dating sim. That's right. That's right. I do remember seeing that. That would be fun. I would actually be really into that as somebody who's on the Ace spectrum. To be like, stay away from me. Stop. Okay, it's not that. It's not that simple. But you know.
For instance, Beneath the Velvet Dusk or In Search of Sadness are engaging explorations of the mortal condition.
Oh, I ain't heard of them. You ever seen The Three Stooges?
Oh no, she's gonna hate that you asked that.
Utter vulgarity. I do not waste my time with such nonsense. Alas, these Stooges 3 would be preferable
Stooges
to the
3?
abomination I saw at the cinema that made me realize just how dead I am. It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still.
What is it?
Years later.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
Yep, I know that movie.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible.
Are you talking about Oppenheimer? Girl, tell me about it.
The audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind.
She really is me talking about Oppenheimer. It's so funny.
I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Oh no.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Space Walker.
Oh god, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Well, wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
That'll do it. That'll do it for you.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
2 on the nose.
Mind your tone.
Oh my god, so
Do not think
funny.
me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush.
She's just like me for real.
This stinking trash. This is what the people want. You see, I understand now. My attempts
Oh my
to
God.
infuse art with meaning were pointless. All
No.
that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
We don't seem
Hey!
We're having this conversation, ain't we? Ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
I like that Rise of the Spacewalker or whatever is the reason she's just like, there's no point in being alive. Why be alive when things like that exist in this world? What is even my purpose?
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here.
You would understand that reference, right? Because you're a movie buff. You've seen Nosferatu.
But let's go back to what you were saying.
Space versus killed us all.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
You didn't work on Space Wars, Rise of the Spacewalker. You didn't work on it, so it has nothing to do with you. What do you mean? You just watched it. Oh,
Signora Deste believes she can elevate all art, it seems. A lot of responsibility for one woman, isn't it?
okay.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited.
All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Signora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
That's very specific.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No.
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
It's so uncultured out here.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying,
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Is it this?
come
Okay.
on now.
Okay.
Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose.
Says
Should
who?
expose truth.
Do you? This girl has never seen a Jackass movie in her
You're
life.
saying art should have meaning and purpose. But does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a
Yeah.
pointless reason.
No, lady.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
No.
But I
Nope.
don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Is Jackass art? I'm saying an essay. Come to the next stream where I'll talk about why Jackass is a work of art and why it defines our generation.
Which is a speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
No labeling.
Now, why have you gotta go and call yourself names?
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Oh, my knee's stinging. Warts.
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
I know it's the dumbest movie ever made, but the baby rolling down the hill scene from Kung Pao Ender of the Fist was true art. Yo, Kung Pao. This lady needs to watch Kung Pao. Maybe she'll be a happier person.
Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
This has been a rather fleshed out for demo. Fleshed out, get it? Because they're vampires.
As you should be.
It's true, though. This is a long
Allow me
demo.
to continue. You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman, railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself.
It comes out in mid-July.
Ain't no
Oh, it's really
surprise that You're gonna
soon.
be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
Oh, no.
But what happened when you were 16?
Uh-oh.
I got married.
Oh, that'll do it.
I think I get it.
I get it.
You absolutely do not get it.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
Yeah, for real. You don't get it.
Well, then help me understand.
She's not wrong.
Frankie, my husband. He taught me the meaning of disappointment.
Oh, no.
He taught me the world was built upon
Oh,
lies.
no, girl.
These things men proclaim as values. Truth. But if
Oh,
men
shit, I
did
clicked on
not
accident.
live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all.
Hell yeah, girl.
Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition.
Love her.
This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
Being nudists? You mean being vampires? I don't think any of these are the right answer.
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural.
You're right. Being
All
Italian?
this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by
always.
fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Is that control?
You really
Okay.
think we've got that much control, Senora? All we got to do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the Almighty?
That's
Yes.
stressful.
It seems quite clear.
That's
to me.
stressful.
Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must
Always,
triumph
again.
over vice.
Okay, it's either a control or it's Nosferatu. I'm gonna say, damn it, it's probably control! No, don't even talk to me right now, Dracula! Wait, control?
time? When have we mastered
I
ourselves and
cannot
our
get these
baser
two straight.
instincts?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Daddy. Come back. I didn't mean to kick you out. I was just stressed. I'm sorry.
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you
Let
every
her
day for a few
cook.
hundred years.
God,
right?
Andy.
Ain't that proof that
Give me
nothing you do is
space.
gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
Okay,
We're in
cool.
agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy if you think that's gonna change because of you.
I know this game. It's like comedy, but also like genuine therapy energy. You know what I mean? These are some real things, even though it's about vampires.
Well, let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
She's saying always again, which is a control fallacy, correct? Only, but then it's also a like black and white. So that's why I get confused, because I think they both qualify for a lot of these things. God!
The world is very dark toward you, Sierra. Is it not, Samuel? I did not know my own.
Nosferatu!
There, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
Lord Almighty. Yeah, exactly. We can. That's why we're streaming it, so we can play together. So that, yeah, I think it's some games are really fun when you do it with folks.
I do not poke cows.
Oh!
Do I look like a farmer?
It's low-key therapeutic, but it's actually just genuinely therapeutic. Totally. And I think all of these specifically are all real things that you can also probably, well, not you, but like we can like learn more for ourselves just by thinking about these things, you know?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal,
Hold
I
up,
look
cowpoke.
at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us
Yeah,
ain't
farming's
looking to
important.
contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
She's like, oh, we already explained what Nosferatu thinking is. Sorry, I was gonna say, is she like, excuse me, what did you just say?
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
All of her things are these two.
Our esteemed client is
I have always known.
our esteemed client is very good at coming up with names for others, isn't she?
Oh.
I have always known the people have become.
I thought
fat
labeling was when you're talking
and
about yourself,
lazy,
but I
and
guess you
living
can use
within-
it when talking about
Sounds
other
to me
people
like
too.
you're coming up with labels
Oh,
for
I
kicking
see.
people out of the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, does this guy play
Is that all
Stardew?
we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Is he a cozy gamer?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features.
Girl, you're beautiful!
Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Yeah.
Well, sure, why the heck not?
I know, just calling the positive too, but she wasn't talking about any positive things that anyone was doing. That's why I didn't think that way.
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
Should
I
statement.
think this here's the meat of it, Senora. The filet mignon.
Sorry, what?
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
That's like Krendor saying the names of wine.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
How much you want to bet that Andy kissed all of them?
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Minions.
Well, of course not. How
Delay.
foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won.
It's not a game.
That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life. Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a
Oh
work
no.
of fiction.
Oh no. She's losing her
When I say
faith.
God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie.
Oh boy.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body.
Oh, lady,
Beauty
Isabella.
and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence.
I mean,
While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they
Yeah, she
create
heard what was
space
going
wars
on.
to leech our money and our vitality.
I forgot this was all about Star Wars. Wait, wait. Let's bring it back. I was listening and like totally on like understanding where she was coming from, and then I forgot. I was like, oh wait, it's because she watched Star Wars. Rise of the Space Walker. That's right.
And to think, they call me judgmental. They created the false ideal to judge against. You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
They're all yes.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself.
Oh
I
yeah.
know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
Okay, I need to hold on a second. Where are oh, it's not even there anymore. Like what these mean.
I got some
Yes!
advice for you, Senora.
Finally.
None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
I got one.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom.
Okay, she's
in the way
smiling.
you
She's
speak.
smiling.
Thanks. I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks.
Nice.
Do we have an understanding?
Yes, indeedy, Senora.
Nailed it. We did it. Good
Please learn
session.
to speak properly by then.
Impossible. This guy's been alive for 400 years.
Well done, Samuel. You
Papa!
handled Senora Deste quite well.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
True, true.
That I believe.
Older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it. I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
Sure.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Hard drinking.
All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
Thanks. We did it! Thank you for playing the preview. In the full game, you'll treat clients from different historical eras, drink from lots of goth necks. Thank God. Learn mindfulness meditation. Oh, sit in a chair made by a famous carpenter deity. Oh, Jesus? Is it Jesus? The Jesus Cristo himself? I can think of no one else. Treat a historical child actor and much more. Okay. Yay! You know what? This is actually lovely. Oh, I just noticed there's another one too. These are fangs on the logo. That's cute. You know, this is great. Jesus a vampire. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, this was a very interesting, like, it's definitely funny, but it's also so real. I wasn't expecting, well, I don't know what I was expecting. So thank you for recommending it, chat. This was really interesting. I'd be interested in playing the full game when it comes out, because you said it's in July, right? It's so soon. Yeah, that was good. And you know what? This is a mental health stream, so this was lovely. And it's a queer stream, so it really checks all our boxes. That was great. Awesome.